Hey guys, so we're back in the parking garage today because Montreal has literally turned into a sheet of ice. But today is Joanna, my girlfriend's new bike day. She's a little bit camera shy, so I'm going to be showing her the bike. We're going to talk a little bit about it, go over why she chose this bike. And honestly, I'm pretty much excited as if I just got the new bike myself. So hope you guys will enjoy the video. Okay, so this is the Rocky Mountain Element Carbon 50. It comes in two different colors. There's the kind of like stealth black, and then there's this red and orange. It's a little interesting because some of the models only come in the red orange, some only come in the black, but this is one of the ones that come in both. So she chose the Carbon 50. Personally, I think I probably would have just gotten the Aluminum 50. The Aluminum 50 is basically the same spec, except instead of having an XT shifter, it's got an SLX shifter. And instead of having the Shimano rear hub, it has the Shimano rear hub, whereas the Carbon 50, it's got this race face hub. I'll give it a spin at the end of the video and you can hear what it sounds like. Okay, so this is the race face trace rear hub. And then in between these two, there's the Carbon 30, but it's got, because it's got the carbon frame, it has quite a bit lower spec parts on it. Whereas this one, for example, we've got the Fox Performance 34, as well as the Fox Performance rear shock. Whereas the Carbon 30 has just the Marzocchi, for example. Yeah, so the bike is totally stock other than pedals, obviously, that didn't come with. And also, if you believe it or not, it didn't come with this duck either. He's a limited edition. So anyways, so yeah, basically we've got an XT drivetrain with SLX brakes. Nice Rocky Mountain tuning dropper, which is pretty nice. A lot of comparable spec bikes come with kind of cheaper droppers, so that's pretty cool. And this bike also has the frame size specific shock tune, which she hasn't been able to ride the bike, so can't really comment on that, but it seems pretty nice. Yeah, and then also some race face cranks and a 32 tooth sprocket, which, you know, being kind of a smaller, lighter rider who's not turning out a whole bunch of watts, she was kind of hoping for a 32 sprocket. So she's thinking about changing that. But unfortunately, that's going to then change your anti-squat curves and some other things. So not sure about that too. Also not totally sure if there will be clearance too for the chain line if you go with the smaller chain ring. So we'll have to see about that. So one other thing I wanted to talk about this bike is the sizing of the models. So everything other than the extra small are 29-inch wheels, and then the extra small is 27.5-inch wheels. And the geometry, the reach, all of this stuff, it all kind of scales appropriately between the sizes, except because the 27.5-inch has much smaller wheels, the standover height is a lot lower. So Joanna is actually on the bike now, and she's considered to be the small end of the small. So this is the small with the 29-inch wheels. But as you see, she can't actually stand over the bike, which is a bit of a problem, especially if it was, you know, kind of a rocky, loose trail or something like that. So she's actually thinking of going down and getting the extra small, which, you know, the reach might be a little bit short for her, but it would have the smaller wheels and she'd be able to stand over the bike properly. Another thing about women's bikes, or women riding unisex bikes, is that proportionally, women have shorter torsos than men. So it may actually be in a woman's favor to have a bike with a bit of a shorter reach for their height. Alright, so I hope you found that video interesting, especially if you're in the market for buying a downcountry bike. If you're thinking of getting the Rocky Mountain Element, let me know in the comments below what model you would get and why. If you're not sold on the Element yet and you're thinking of a different downcountry bike maybe, I'd recommend you check out the Trek Top Fuel. That's what I recently bought for myself. It's a very comparable bike, and I have a video reviewing it right here. And always don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't yet to the channel, because Joanna will be doing a bike review of it later this season when she's actually gotten around to it. Cheers.